What's up, everyone? We are back at the More Taco Encounter. You may see that our digs are slightly different. We are in Nico's Garage, not to be confused with a restaurant, because that definitely sounds like a restaurant name.
Nico's and Hart's Garage is right next to each other, so I'm going to put it right in the middle.
I like
Nico's Garage.
I'll reserve the space.
Nico's Garage.
Yep.
We are in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah.
At some juncture, I'm sure we'll be returning to Joe's Bar, but we're rocking out Nico's Garage, and we're loving it here. You guys may have tuned into our live stream of the NFL draft. We're going to be talking about a lot of different topics today. It's been a minute since we've gathered and filmed podcast. It's called parenting, lifing, and other odds and ends. One thing that happened while we were away, I attended the National Restaurant Association show, the NRA, and it was
NRA.
Is
that the same as a gun? Is the NRA a gun thing?
Yeah, that's
Can't
the
they get
national.
sued for that?
That's the National Rifle Association. Listen,
It's a conflict.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't like it.
I don't know.
I don't like it.
But all I know is when I go to the food show at McCormick Place, downtown Chicago, it is one of the highlights of my year. I eat some of the best food. I drink some of the best drinks. I was telling the guys the other day that they busted out some caviar, and I had I'd never had caviar before, and I had like a spoonful of caviar, and I literally put a spoonful worth of hundreds of dollars in my mouth, and it tasted delicious. I'm not gonna lie, and it's not my it's not my jam,
Right?
It's not.
It's
It's
good?
not jam. It's
not
caviar.
jam, it's caviar.
Wait, what's the fish they're from? It's a.
Isn't it eggs?
I want to say
it's fish eggs, but I don't know from
fish.
what.
I don't want to say it's not like a.
I bet it varies, and I bet so they're a bit salty, and I bet it varies. Like the species of fish probably varies the taste. I would bet they do multiple species of fish.
I would assume,
But
so, because you get different colors of them. So I would assume,
yeah.
And
because
different
the ones on
flavoring.
sushi is different than
100%.
Yeah.
And where they were collected and all this other kind of stuff. Now you guys are kind of depressing me that I just smashed a bunch of Nemo's siblings.
No, I wouldn't
No,
be
no,
upset
no,
about it
no.
at all. You know how many burgers we eat and steaks? That's freaking baby cows.
First of all, that's a little bit different. All right.
Yeah, I
Can-
guess you're right. It's not an egg.
I'm gonna tell you
I mean,
what.
they had a chance.
You brought this up, so I'm riding the roller coaster. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are. I'll tell a quick story. I think you guys may know it, but in college, I attempted vegetarianism, and I lasted 4 days. So I went to the University of Wisconsin-Madison. I'm repping my mug of glory
Your
from my
jug of water.
my mug of glory from the heyday. This used to be my college chalice. And so it was November of either my freshman or sophomore year, and I went and saw a video at the Union, a presentation about like how animals are treated and stuff like that. And this is not pre-internet, but it's like during the time of dial-up internet, where if you wanted to watch a movie,
Yeah.
it took you 17 hours to download and then blah, 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 But I watched this video and I'm like, you know what? I've always loved animals. At one point in time, I wanted to be a veterinarian. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. And I went vegetarian, and it lasted 4 days because, like I mentioned, it was in November. I saw the video on the Sunday preceding Thanksgiving. And then I went to Thanksgiving dinner at Villa Olivia in Bartlett, not far from where we are. And I smelled the ham, and I was like,
I smelled
oh,
the ham.
wait, I love meat. And
He's like the cartoons where he's floating.
You see the scene, and he's just like,
the coyote floating through the air. And I
sees his girlfriend as like a plate of ham.
I have not gone back since. Dude, there's something to all of our vegetarian and vegan friends out there. I have friends who are vegan, and like I give you so much respect
Well, they'll
and
tell
so
you.
much love.
At least they tell
But-
you up front.
And straight up,
I'm
like,
vegan.
if you can do that,
I asked you
they
what
do.
the weather was tomorrow. You told me you're vegan.
They usually start. I mean,
Yeah, what's the weather tomorrow? I'm vegan, so it
seems like it seems like it's
What?
going to be slightly overcast vegan with an off chance of vegan in the afternoon,
do you
and
think they
a
hate,
high of vegan and a low of
Yeah.
vegan.
Do you think they hate that movie Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
Oh, probably.
It probably gets.
If it was cloudy with a chance of broccoli, they might be better with it.
I think you would love that.
You know where
You would definitely
you're
love that.
talking about Erik flying with the smell of the ham? Reminds me of the Seinfeld episode where Kramer is like using like the I forget what it is, but what is it? Yeah, butter. Yeah, butter. And he's with Newman, and he's like all tanned up on his face, but they put him on the turkey. He's like, "Hey, how's it going over there?" Like Newman's trying to eat him. That's what that reminded me of.
So funny. There are certain meats. So coming back to the conversation, because we were talking about caviar, I spiral away.
Dude,
I think
the name of that fish is pissing me off. It's like it's something with an S.
Salmon.
Nah.
Swordfish.
No, I want to say like serpent, and that's not a thing. It's like
it's a snake.
A serpent is a thing.
No, but not in this. I know it's a
Those
thing,
are the
but
kind of eggs you want to eat.
yeah,
bro.
not in this
And
scenario.
They're a little.
I like the rattler variety.
Yeah.
It's man, I'll get it.
We'll figure
It'll
it out.
be 4 hours from now, I'm gonna text you guys.
Producer John will pull it
Yeah.
up.
No, don't. I'm gonna figure it out.
So anyway, you were bringing up how it's cows different. I do believe that. So I don't know why, but there is something. So again, I'm a meatitarian. I love meat. Ham especially is like probably my favorite meat.
Gross.
And I don't have it all the time. I know you're not a ham fan. I love ham. I smelled that good old jamon at Thanksgiving, and I was floating through the air. Anyway, I think as somebody who loves animals and who was captivated by this video and stuff, I think there's something to the humanization of animals. And what I mean by that is I look at a fish or a chicken and they're just like,
that was a good little sound.
That sounded.
And-
I hope
and-
that picks it up.
but
That was good.
but you look at a pig or you look at a cow, and to me, I've kind of focused in on what it is for me, the whites of the eyes. There's something that makes them seem, obviously it means they're mammalian,
Yeah,
but it's also something that makes them seem like more alive to me.
like a pet,
yeah, like it is
Yeah.
somebody's pet on a
Yeah.
farm. And we read Charlotte's Web when we were little kids and stuff. There's something about that. Whereas fish and chicken,
yeah,
you look at them and you're like, your brain is barely there.
yes.
You're not even. I'm eating you, and I don't think you're feeling it.
I think it's a sturgeon. 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 I think that's where the caviar comes from.
Only sturgeon.
I'm telling you, it's like one specific fish. I'm pretty sure.
How do they get different colors?
And how do they get different flavors?
Yeah.
I think
sturgeon
that they
are-
like put shit in there. They put like
Well,
shit. I don't know. I'm not a fucking
Caviar.
caviar connoisseur, if I may.
He busts
For
out like a
some
little
reason-
can of caviar.
Yeah.
For some reason, this kind of caviar smells like fecal
I
matter.
could barely
This
afford
is
ground beef
spoiled.
right now because prices are so damn high. I'm not freaking buying caviar.
Spam.
Yeah,
Spam.
Spam it.
spam and eggs.
I don't. What are you guys' thoughts on that? It's like
There you go.
it's all caviar is from sturgeon.
Yeah, that's why it's so expensive.
Dude, sturgeon aren't that uncommon.
Nah, fuck that. Anyway,
the two S's. There you go.
Joe
yeah,
rebuffs
Yeah.
the internet.
yeah. I think they're wrong.
I think we need to take a trip.
Who are they?
We need to
Let's
take a
talk
trip to
about that.
taste all the caviar ever.
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah.
You
I'll
guys
save
could
up.
you guys could come to the restaurant show. Anyways,
What is
what
it?
what are you guys' thoughts
Yeah.
on?
It's a write-off.
Because I mean, like you look at, what the stereotype is that people in other countries like. The joke was, oh, they eat dog or they eat cat
The
or
stink
they
bug.
eat this or they eat that. Even
gotta get 'em.
squirrels and raccoons, which are common in America, are not common everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And you see a certain animal, and Joe has left the podcast to hit a bug.
Stink bug. I got him though.
So
Murderer.
Who brought him in here?
on a positive note, if you are ever distracted by a bug,
I'm your guy.
Joe is your
Listen,
guy.
I have enough problems staying
But
with my attention.
To go off what you're saying, as far as is there like anything, I felt that way about ham once. Because yes, so the only reason why I say that is because I mean we have a lot of hog farms around here, but for work I went on a trip, and the majority of my jobs were hog farms, the most foul smelling places that you'll ever be.
Yeah,
they just smell bad, and when a pig dies prematurely, like when it just dies from illness, they have to remove it. So they just take it out and just throw it to the side. So I saw too much of that. I couldn't eat bacon and ham. And I couldn't eat anything of that nature for a very long time.
Yeah,
but I didn't choose to. It was just I couldn't do it.
It wasn't because a cute little pig. It was because it got tossed into a trash
no,
pile.
I considered how freshly died it did. I wanted to know if it was dead, if I could cook it.
Yeah.
No, but for real, it wasn't because I felt bad for the animal. I just couldn't do it because of smell.
That makes sense. I that's why I almost intentionally don't watch any sort of documentary on like how a hot dog's made or how this is made. Like I don't watch any of that stuff because I love food and I don't want to be deterred from liking food. Yeah, that can't happen. So I stay away from those things at all costs. What I actually started doing a couple years ago, and I was stuck at some weight and I wanted to try keto diet. So it's obviously a keto's no carbs. All animal. It's just it's basically a carnivore diet.
Yeah, it's just all meat.
Yeah,
it doesn't have fruits and vegetables.
I think it has fats.
Veggies you can eat, but you're like the idea is to get majority of your calories from fat. Yeah, from fat and protein. So like some veggies have carbs in them, so you have to watch that. Like Brussels sprouts are higher in carb veggie, but
that's why they don't do salads either because salads are very high in carbs.
Yeah, you can make a salad unhealthy easy. But when So I was starting it and I was like, I food prepped on a Sunday. And then I put on, it was a documentary on Netflix about athletes that perform better when they don't eat meat. It was more of like a vegan thing. So I'm sitting there watching this and they're talking about all this stuff. I'm like, I'm about to just kill so many animals with this meat diet that I'm about to do. I just turned it off and didn't bother. But it was pretty interesting because it was this one, I think he was a former UFC fighter or boxer, whatever. And he like measured his performance prior and then his performance after, and he got significantly better with performance by going on this vegan type diet. And which I say good for him, but
a lot of those guys train on an empty stomach too.
Yeah,
Conor McGregor does that. He wakes up, he'll train on an empty stomach.
That's the only way I actually like training is an empty belly.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of people, protein within 30 minutes and then run 30. No, that's so uncomfortable.
Dude, yeah, I can't do anything after I eat.
No.
You want to like go to sleep.
I'm talking like anything. A lot of lifters will do even like a Rice Krispie or a rice cake. I need pre-workout and pre-workout only to get the full effects of my 400 milligrams of caffeine, so I can go bananas in there for the hour and a half. Do you try that no stim? I've never tried a no stim anything because I'm a stim addict.
That's what I'm saying. Some people, they try to wean themselves off of it. I don't know if I can do it.
No, I can't. I'm so it's a fully admitted addiction. I am addicted to caffeine. But I'll take thing. Of all things to be addicted to, I'll take caffeine.
That's fair.
Go for caffeine.
Yeah, and it was bad. Like when I got my teeth pulled, whatever, I didn't have coffee for 2 days.
Share that with us because this is connected to food and drink.
Didn't.
Oh, you just didn't want it. I thought you were like prevented.
No.
So Joe had his wisdom teeth pulled, and any of you who've had that out there, he's on a liquid diet, which is
more of a diet
opposite of his diet.
Yeah, it works for me. Yeah. But I didn't. So I had them done on a Friday. I didn't eat that whole rest of the day. I think I had some ice cream, protein ice cream that we made with my Ninja Creamy, and then the next day I had. So I obviously didn't work out, so I didn't have my pre-workout. I didn't have any coffee because I didn't know if I could have it. I really didn't have like an appetite for it either. So my like demeanor was like I'm like a slowed down version of myself. I'm kind of like Bradley Cooper in Limitless when I'm not on the pill. Like you take the caffeine away, it's all dark. I grow like a bigger beard. It's shambles.
And why couldn't you have caffeine?
I could. I just chose not to. Like I didn't have like a taste for anything, and I was a little bit of pain, obviously, from the pulling.
But the medicine could have done that too.
Could have been that too. You've been an antibiotic and then like a heavier painkiller that didn't work. That probably just messed with my appetite a little bit. But yeah,
painkillers are such a unique thing because they never worked for me either. When I had my wisdom teeth pulled and I've had different procedures, I've been given like Vicodin or something like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't work at all. Not at all. And when you hear people are like doing it as like a drug, I'm like,
it makes no sense to me.
I do water as a drug too. Whoa. You know, like it doesn't do it. So it's like it didn't do anything for me. So I don't understand how these other people. So it's got to be like something in your chemistry that's like jacking with like, oh, this and certain people, certain medicines just don't work. Just don't work at all.
Yeah, I told you the pills didn't work and the nitrous like didn't do anything. I was ready to go.
Like just fucking rip it out.
Yeah, just get this thing out of here so I can go about my day.
Why don't you share about that? Because I love hearing you talk about your dentist ripping your teeth out.
Oh yeah, that was.
Or it's an oral surgeon.
Yeah. It was interesting because I've never had any. Obviously, I've never had like when I was a kid, I had teeth pulled, but nothing in my adult life. So he had to pull out my wisdom teeth, and the bottom one was the rough one. It was halfway through and sideways, completely sideways,
twisted.
Yeah. So I worked out in the morning, so I'm already juiced up, right, full of caffeine, and I didn't eat anything, so I'm kind of flying around. So I get in there. They give me the nitrous because remember if he wanted to knock me out, he made me shave my beard, and that's not happening. So we went nitrous, which does not work if either it's me that didn't work on or it doesn't work when you have 400 milligrams of caffeine flying through your veins.
It works for Vin Diesel when he's hitting the nitrous button.
He goes through space.
It's a different type.
He does go, and he can pick up cars.
Yes.
So,
dude,
one-handed.
He could take out a submarine.
Yeah.
With like a Chevy Cruiser.
Yeah. It's a rare skill for Vin.
Wait until Fast and Furious 12, electric vehicles.
The NOS?
They're going to skip hybrid? They're just going to jump right to electric?
Right to electric.
NOS electric?
Yeah, and as if I didn't already hate the movies.
Yeah, terrible.
Anyway, let's go back to your mouth.
So, whatever. So they nitrous me up, numb me up, and I didn't want to watch anything. Like, obviously, I don't want to hear it. Everyone kind of freaked me out. I was pretty nervous going into it. So I'm sitting there, and he gets the one out pretty easy, but then the bottom one was rough, and he's yanking. Like my jaw is still sore. It was 8 days ago. My jaw hurts still, and I like
so many bad comments for this.
I know. And who knows what he was doing? So I had my eyes closed because I didn't want to like hear or see anything. I feel if your eyes are closed, you can't hear either. So I'm sitting there like this, and I look up after he yanked it out, and his face covering was covered in blood. And I could see
everything about this story from
it's like a horror movie.
Yeah, it was rough. So the dude finishes up and whatever. I'm sitting there with the gauze in my mouth, and I wanted to ask him so bad. I think I told you this the other day. Do you get enjoyment out of hurting people? Like, did you like that? Because I think it's the only way that you should be a dentist if you enjoyed inflicting pain on someone else.
Or does he like the sense of when he sees relief?
Maybe.
It's like Christian Bale in American Psycho. He pulls his. He's got this big smile on his face after he pulls Joe's tooth out.
He was pumped. He's like, "Wait, great. You have any questions?" I'm like, "No."
Did you hear like that pop when it came out?
No, I heard some cracking.
Oh, the cracking sound.
But it was minimal, and that's honestly it was like the biggest reason why I liked having the nitrous on because it was pretty loud, and that it wasn't dead silence in the room. You know, it was louder, so that cracking of it wasn't all that bad.
And so I'm just hypothesizing. You said like at my dentist, there's like a TV, and you said
there was a TV in there.
You said you didn't want to watch anything.
I couldn't. The way I was angled, I couldn't.
It's always
and
like
I took my glasses
stuff.
off.
It's like
the glasses off. It's over.
It's always like the Home and Garden channel or some kind of like.
Mine was my X-ray. That's what I saw up there. Yeah.
As
just replaying the
going in, pulling the tooth out.
The whole extraction.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I would play the extraction if I was the dentist.
Oh, that'd be
all
good,
the time.
Yeah. Well,
just have it on a loop.
Well, couldn't you put some tunes on, put some music on? Nothing. He's like humming, just like
Dead Memories.
The crack of the tooth.
Yeah. Pulling it out. Yeah, it was nuts. But yeah, it's over with. Done. We're good there.
And you're eating now.
We're pretty close to back to normal. Still a little bit of pain, but we're pushing through.
That is the worst.
Yeah.
When people go through surgeries and it alters your diet. Obviously, we've been talking about food this whole episode. It's like it alters your diet. Like that's That's some messy stuff. You'd be like, oh, you're chopping off my leg. I mean, that's not. Oh, but I can eat everything. Oh,
Well, that's what
it's just
Yeah.
it's just a weird thing
Yeah.
when you have to alter your diet from what you've been doing.
Yeah.
And it's so different from when you choose to alter your own diet
Yep.
as opposed to somebody telling you this is what you're eating now.
Yeah, that was honestly, you think like all you can do is eat soft foods, soup, ice cream. That gets old almost immediately. I ate mashed potatoes for 3 straight days, and I don't ever want to touch mashed potatoes ever again.
I could do
Eric
this-
went vegan for 4.
Damn it.
dude, you
or
you
vegetarian.
failed.
Yeah.
You failed.
Yeah, I didn't even had any meat. Like I didn't eat any meat in 3 days. It was bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that.
No, I was miserable.
I think I put meat in my cereal.
Yeah. I was more mad about not being able to eat what I wanted than I was the pain in my tooth
Oh.
or no tooth. So whatever. Whatever, it's done with now.
Feel much better.
Yeah, I feel
relieved.
great. I feel great.
Cloud 9 over there.
Yeah.
Meat.
I don't feel great. I still have a little bit of pain, but we're all right. I've had an entire bottle of ibuprofen in the last 8 days.
That can't be good for your
Really?
liver.
That is
But so
not
when you
good.
take ibuprofen, how
We're
many
gonna
do
be
you
eating
take?
Is it-
meat. Him
Yeah.
How many do you take?
Have you
at a
seen
time?
Alive?
3, maybe 4.
Okay, I forward up. Yeah.
Depends. It's like based on your body size.
Nico's like, I take. No, do you really?
Sometimes.
5.
Damn, son.
Sometimes.
That's aggressive.
I'm worried
But
about you. I'm worried about your liver now.
1,000 milligrams. I reached.
I think it's your belly. I think ibuprofen is a belly thing, not a liver thing.
Either way, when I go, you can check out my lungs because of all the smoking. You can check out my liver because of all the drinking.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm gonna live up this life.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Whatever takes the
Wow.
pain away.
I wouldn't. Let's not throw that out
Yeah.
there. We're not good.
We're good.
Good is a relative term.
Good-ish.
Good. Yeah, goodish.
Good-ish.
Yeah, good in my eyes.
Ish.
Which
I'm
fine
enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
All right. If you were told, let's close out the episode with this. If you were told you cannot eat blank, doctor comes in, we're doing this, blah blah blah. But I'm not talking something that's rare, something that's common. Like you have to give up this, you have to be vegetarian, you have to be vegan, you have to do this, you have to do that. What would be something that would throw you guys off exponentially? I have already thought about this, and if somebody told me that I was lactose intolerant, I'd be like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Because you guys know my love of pizza and my love of milk. Like I love milk, and I did my Oreos in milk. If somebody came to me and said, you're lactose intolerant, you can't have dairy, you can't have cheese, you can't, I'm just like, you know what? There's a pill for that. Whatever it is, write me a prescription for it. I couldn't do that. I think I would have an easier time giving up meat than I would giving up dairy. Which is why, as you guys noticed, I never tried vegan. I went vegetarian, and vegan was never on the table for me.
That's fair. That's fair.
Do you guys have anything like that where you're like, this sector, that's a wrap. I'm not doing that.
It would be meat for me, I think. Like I love cheese, but like I could do a cheeseless pizza with tons of meat on it. You know, I'd be good with that. I do love cheese. But if like they said you cannot eat meat, and by meat, I'm going red meat. I could go without chicken probably my whole life. I think chicken's I could take it or leave it.
I like
That's
chicken.
a texture thing for me. I'm gonna explain this really quick. So like if you ever get like a chicken breast, it can get like
I know where you're going with this.
fibrous.
Yes.
It's like
Fibrous.
grainy when you
If
bite
you-
into it.
if
It's
you-
like
if you
get
cut,
that
if you don't
weird-
cut with the grain, you cut against the grain. Yeah, it can get
It-
fibrous.
Yeah, and we've cooked meals and
It's muscle. That's why.
yeah, I've thrown it away and I'll eat like freaking slice of bread. Whatever I can get my hands on.
My wife said that my kids were gonna make a bread casserole earlier, and I was like, "What the fuck is that? Like bread casserole?"
A bread casserole.
She was just making fun of it because my kids eat freaking bread. But
Yeah,
anyway, keep going.
we call that stuffing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Ooh, stuffing is
stuffing's
good.
good.
Stuffing
but,
is
Stuffing's
but
good.
we
Anyway,
don't say
I
anything.
didn't mean to hijack.
You
that.
put
Keep going.
meat in stuffing typically.
Yes.
Flavoring meat. So it's usually like
We
Like some
use
sort of
sausage.
yeah. But a lot of stuffing you can also if you go meatless, it's flavored. It's
Well, yeah, like a
meat-
beef-
it's
like a
meat
beef broth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
broth.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a meat
Well,
flavor.
you shove it in the turkey. Anyway, yeah, I would be
it would be
red meat for me would be
Red
no
meat.
no go for me.
okay. How about you, Nico?
tortillas.
Tortillas.
Whether
It's a very
burrito-
unique thing. Is there like a flour? So like Liz, is it gluten? Like, 'cause would it be like, or would you be okay with corn tortillas?
No, if you take any kind of tortilla away from me, I mean, I put tortillas in. I use tortillas with everything. Tortillas and eggs.
Yeah.
I'll eat any kind of burrito. You give me anything with a tortilla in it, I'm gonna eat it. I don't think I could do without it.
If you could go without tortillas, that's unique. I didn't see that coming.
I'd be struggled too because I
can't go without it.
eat the low carb tortillas probably 4 times a week.
And I'll go further, and I'll throw wraps in that mix.
Yeah.
Wraps, tortillas. I'll throw them all in the same mix.
Anything. Well,
Anything of that
wraps
nature.
whore. I'm a wrap
Yeah.
whore.
Yeah,
I
and
love wraps.
There you go.
I'll eat all the wraps.
that's new content.
A wrap whore?
Rap
Yeah.
horse.
Not the music.
You are a
either.
rap whore.
Yeah, rapport.
A rapport.
You have rapport.
Yeah. We're not talking about like any sort of Diddy shit. We're talking like raps,
Yes.
not rap.
Is that
Yes.
Joe?
Yeah, that's my alter ego, Joe.
Joe.
Joe de
Joe and Jean.
Joe de
Joe
rap.
and Jean with Jerick and Jaco.
I don't even know what
All
just
right.
happened there, but yeah.
We don't either.
Yeah, it's definitely
That's the more taco encounter.
Yeah.
We love you guys. It's good to see you back. Come back for our next step. Well, we'll be dropping it soon, and I hope you guys have a good one. We'll see you next time on the More Taco Encounter.